I just watched It Welcome to Derry episode 1, the pilot, and I gotta tell you, I did not feel very welcome there. Nope. Hello everyone, welcome to Digital Charcuterie. My name is James. Thank you so much for stopping by. If you're new to the channel and looking forward to and watching It Welcome to Derry, hit that subscribe button. I talk about it and discuss it with you guys all the time right here on the channel. And let me know your thoughts of episode 1, the pilot, in the comments down below. What did you like, dislike, overall, how did you feel about this? And are you looking forward to the rest of the season? And before I get into it any further, I gotta tell you, if you have not seen episode 1 of It Welcome to Derry, hit that pause button, go back and watch it. I'll see you in 54 minutes because there's going to be spoilers galore here. I don't know how to talk about this without spoiling it. First off, I got to tell you, I did like this episode. I was looking forward to it. And to be honest, where it ended was not where I expected this at all. But getting into it, the episode was kind of a slow burn. We kick right off in 1962, January of 1962 to be exact. And we were in the movie theater watching The Music Man. And I was okay with that. I said, let's stay here. Let's just watch The Music Man. But we meet our protagonist at this point, Maddie, who we learn is neglected and abused by his family. Nobody appreciates Maddie whatsoever, and he's chased out of the movie theater by an usher because he can't afford to pay. He has no money, and he's spotted by the owner, Hank, his daughter, Ronnie, and she lies, saying that he went that way, but really he's hiding there. Gives him a chance to leave. The usher does end up chasing him out of the theater. He goes outside, tries to hitchhike. One car passes by. Another car with a family lets him in. A beautiful family. Where are you going? And he says, anywhere but Derry. Just get me the heck out of there. Like, great, we're going to Portland. And as they're driving, they learn that the young boy in the car, he's very good at spelling, and he spells trouble, which is a callback to The Music Man, which we just saw. And then you see the sister-daughter, she's eating, living like something disgusting. Just absolutely vile. And Maddie does not like it. And then he sees that the car is actually driving back into Derry, and he wants to get out. He begs to get out. Everyone's just ignoring him. The tension is building. He tries to get out. The door is locked. The windows won't roll down. He tries to drive off the road. The dad says, I got this, son. I will drive. And the wife is pregos, and he accidentally nudges the belly of the pregnant wife. And we see one of the most disgustingly disturbing birth scenes I've seen on television, at least. I mean, at least I don't watch a lot of like the horror-y, gross stuff on TV. So I was like, oh, good. This is gross. And it gives birth to a demon bat baby thing. And the demon bat baby goes all crazy. And one thing with Maddie, because of the abuse and neglect that he's been suffering, he uses a pacifier, a soother, if you will, to soothe himself. It calms him down. He puts it in his mouth. And then we see the car kind of spin around, and the bat demon thing is just staring. All the siblings and the bat demon are staring at Maddie as he closes his eyes facing the window. And then we see the window shatter, and we see the pacifier fly out, lands into the waters below, into the tunnels. And then It Welcome to Derry appears on the screen, which I thought was a cool intro. From there, we meet the new Losers Club of It Welcome to Derry. At least we are led to believe they will be the new Losers Club. In this, we get Lily, Teddy, Phil, Susie, and Ronnie. And what's cool is Teddy has a direct connection to the Losers Club that we know from It Chapter 1. And Stan, he is Stan's uncle, for all we know. Nice little nod. And the show sets these kids up to be the Losers Club, as I said. And as it goes, we see Lily get traumatized as she's about to have a bath. She turns on the water and she looks down at her charm bracelet, and she looks at a turtle charm. And turtles have big significance and relevance in Stephen King's book, It, and also Stephen King lore in general. And this show focuses heavily on, there's a lot of turtle references in this series that I'm sure will play a part later on down the road. So we'll get to that when we get to that. But she looks down and then she thinks back to how she got this turtle charm. Maddie takes her to the standpipe, which is a big part of the book, but has not been touched in the movies whatsoever. He takes her right up there and they have a moment there, and it's New Year's Eve. Fireworks goes off. She tells him a story about her father, how he passed away, and how she ended up in a mental hospital. And he leans in for a kiss as the moment felt right. And she goes, what are you doing? And he goes, no, I gotta go. And he leaves, and she never sees him again after that moment. After that moment, she never sees him again. And that guilt lives with her this whole time, all 4 months now. This guilt lives with Lily. She's about to have this bath. Then all of a sudden she hears Maddie's voice. and she hears lyrics to a song. She doesn't know what song it is. We know what song it is. We know that it's Trouble from the Music Man. She hears this. She looks down in the tub, and a bloody finger emerges through, like kind of like trying to like point at her, dig at her, get towards Lily. She has a big freak out. She then tells Marge. Marge doesn't want to hear it because Lily has a reputation. Marge is with the cool kids. She doesn't want Lily's reputation to interfere with her. She also kind of wants, I think she actually genuinely wants Lily to have a good high school experience. So she's like, you keep your mouth shut on this. Lily doesn't know who to talk to. So she ends up going to the standpipe where she tells Teddy and Phil the story. Teddy wants to believe her and kind of does believe her. Phil says she's off her rocker and he brings up her past. And Teddy's like, no, I think we should listen to her. And then she ends up leaving. And Phil says, why did you give her your soda? Later that night, we go to Teddy's house. This is where we learn all about Teddy and his family tradition and his history of his family, his Jewish heritage and whatnot, and how real life is scary enough without needing the fiction of DC Comics. So we get Andy Muschietti's DC Comics in there, including Detective Comics, which is Clayface's first introduction, and which is a unique story because Clayface, Pennywise and Clayface, they have some similarities there. That night, he's in his bed, and we think back to the story that his father tells him about his family heritage and what they went through and how Jewish skin was used as lampshades. And we see faces as lampshades and they haunt Teddy all night. His brother says, I can't believe I'm related to you in a funny little bit. This show, I will say, was funnier than anticipated. I will say there were more laughs than I thought there would be. And I thought the kids were really good. I thought the kids were really strong. And I am looking forward to seeing them for longer for just this episode. From there, he goes to the standpipe and he tells Phil, like, look, this is what happened. Phil goes, so I'm the one that's going to be next. And Lily goes, no, we got to figure this out. So they go to the library. There's Susie, Phil's younger sister, has to tag along because his parents just don't have the capacity to look after his younger sister at the time. So they're all in there and they're looking through old newspaper clippings about what's going on. They find the one about Maddie and they find out that the last place he was, the last people that saw him were at the movie theater. So they go to see Ronnie, and she's like, I told the cops everything. They come over here, they're trying to pin this on my father because we have racial tension, we have nuclear tension. There's a lot of tension going on in the air in 1962, Derry, Maine. And she goes, get off my lawn. And they're about to walk away. She overhears Lily mention the song. She goes, wait, what song? What song? They find out it was Trouble from the Music Man. She goes, you got to come back with me. We got to watch the Music Man to find out what's going on. And this is where it just goes to shit. They go to watch this movie. They're in the theater. It's just them in the theater, right? Then we saw this picture last week. This picture, where they're in the theater. They're going to watch the Music Man. I'm like, this is great. Again, just let this show go. Just let the movie go. I'm fine with just watching the Music Man for 2 hours. Let's just put that on and watch it. Trouble, great song. Everything's a great song. Music Man's great. While they're watching the Music Man, no one knows what's going on. Phil's like, I hate musicals. They're watching it. Ronnie's up in the projector booth. They're watching it downstairs. And it plays and the song's playing. And again, I'm like, let's just keep this going. And then all of a sudden you see Maddie and the two kids, the Lost Boys. We'll call them the Lost Boys. And they're in there. And then he looks at the screen and they're like, and they start calling to him like, Maddie, you got to come. You got to come with me. Like, we're here. We're here to help you. He goes, no. I'm here because you didn't help me. And in his arms, he's cradling a baby. And then he unleashed the Demon Bat Baby. And Demon Bat Baby goes hog wild all around the auditorium. It's just at the whole theater, it's just going crazy. And then Teddy gets ripped apart. And I was like, wait, what? This can't be real. This cannot be real. Teddy gets ripped apart. Phil's running. Grabs Phil, murders Phil. Susie's like, I gotta get out of here. So it's crawling under the seats. Lily goes under the seats like, you gotta come. Susie grabs Lily's hand. And then we see Ronnie in the booth. Ronnie's like, I gotta go help them. Runs out, comes into the theater, and we see the hand reach out. And Lily survives. Okay, Lily's alive. And Lily and Ronnie leave the auditorium. She's like, they're all gone. She goes, what do you mean they're all gone? And the camera pans down. And we see Lily holding little Susie's hand. Like, what the f***? Just holding Susie's hand. And she lets out the monstrous scream that we've seen in like every trailer had this so far. And that's how this episode ends, with this monstrous scream of Lily after all these like new friends. Like, everyone just got murdered in front of her from an evil demon bat thing that no one will ever believe them and no one's ever going to be able to see because that thing's like, it's gone. Like the screen came to life. This whole sequence was wild. Like, the first sequence was a little, like the birth thing was a little, I was like, oh my God, I don't know about that. This one though, I thought was absolutely wild. I thought it was great. And again, I was like, oh man, these kids, we're going to follow like the new Losers Club. They're just going to do the Losers Club again. And for some reason, I was like, as much as that's lazy, I was kind of on board with it. I like these kids. I thought the kids were fine, but you just kill them. Just get rid of them. There's 2 left. There's still 2 of them. So, and we obviously know that Hanlon and his wife are going to be main players and characters going forward in this. So it makes sense that you kind of use this as your catalyst to get into it. Like, we all thought the catalyst was going to be just Maddie, but now it's this whole sequence now is going to set up a chain of events that are going forward. We're going to learn more about the secret military base. We hear a lot about it. Phil is like obsessed with aliens. There's a lot going on there that we're going to learn more about. Turtle imagery is going to keep coming back and thriving, I believe. And there's something going on also with Mike Hanlon where he actually has intruders come into his place that he's staying in until he has a house. He's trying to get a house in Derry. They're working that. It's going to be settled soon, but he's staying on base for now. And these intruders come in. They want his secret plans. And then Russo comes in and saves the day. And then, the 2 of them bite finally. But Mike Hanlon, he's going to be a great character. I have a lot of faith in him. And one other thing, too, is in his little meeting that he has with his superior, he mentions how he lived on a farm and he got into the military. And we know that Mike Hanlon, he lives on a farm for a little bit. So I like that they're going to that they're tying it all in. They're paying attention. Like, they're paying attention to the details, and I really appreciate it. But I thought this was absolutely freaking wild. What a way to start a series. But now I'm like, well, okay, I know we're following Hanlon and Lily and Ronnie are going to be 3 key players. But who else now? Like, obviously his wife, Hanlon's wife. But I was all in on the kids, and I just thought that was a great way. And it's funny, because it's Halloween, before this came on, Psycho was on TV, and I turned on Psycho right when Janet Leigh dies. Like, I turned it on right at that point, and I was like, you know what's great about this? This is so, like, I remember the first time I saw that, I was like 8 years old, but I was like, that is so smart, because you have a main character, and you kill your main character off right away. And then this show did the same thing. That's what this show did. I just think that's a brilliant way to do it. Because what you've also done is you've set the stage now that anyone can go at any time, right? Nobody is safe in this series, and I love that about it, and I can't wait to see where it goes. But let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Welcome to Derry episode 1, yay or nay? It was a little slow in the middle, but I think it needed to be a little bit slow to tell you who these characters were, to make you care about these characters, just so they could rip them from existence. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. I really appreciate your time. It means a lot to me. Give us a like and a subscribe. Till next time, may be the master of your own universe.